The coins in this video comes from one of my favorite world coin dealers named Bill. I see him at several different shows in the South, and one of the things that he does at his booth is he takes coins that have a book value anywhere from about a quarter to $1. He'll put them in flips, write 25 cents on the price for each one, and then put them in a really large tub and sell them 5 for $1. And so I like going to his booth, but other people do too. There have been plenty of times that I have gone to his booth and he's been completely cleaned out. And so this was a good visit because I was able to pick up several things from him this time. Now, I'm always on the lookout for something new to my collection, and there are a few coins in this video which are new to my collection, but I'm also looking for good trade pieces. And one thing I've noticed, especially if you're looking at bulk lots on eBay, is if someone has already put a coin in a flip and labeled it for you, then that makes for a more valuable trade piece than a loose coin. And so in this case, the guy's already done some work for me. I mean, I can imagine there's a lot of people out there who just have fun sitting around putting their coins in flips and labeling them. That would be a good time, pastime to do while you're, let's say, watching a game or something. And so I really like how this dealer puts all of the relevant information on it. So we've got the name of the country, we've got the year. This one is an Arabic coin, so it has 2 dates on it. He's put a grade up in the top corner. He has the metal content. He's got the catalog number, and many of these he'll also, in pencil, will write the mintage figures if that is available. And so let's go ahead and jump in. I ended up picking up 30 coins from him, so at 5 for $1, that ends up being $6 I paid for everything that you see here. And this first coin, we're going to start with the pile on the right. This first coin is one that is brand new to my collection. It's going to be from Afghanistan. This coin has 2 dates on it, and this might be the first time I've ever seen an Arabic coin that didn't have the Gregorian date on it. So the number on the right is the Arabic, the AH date. The date on the left is off the Persian calendar. So the Arabic date is, one of these is 1340, and as I look at it, that is the Arabic date or the Persian date of 1340. The Arabic date, I believe that is 1371, which translates to our calendar of 1971. This coin made out of nickel steel. This features Shah Muhammad Zahir. And he was the ruler of Afghanistan, but deposed, I think, by the Taliban in 1973. We flip it over. Their currency is called the Afghani, so this coin is a 5 Afghani. It's a shame that this coin is either tarnished or stained like it is, but it's one that's new to my collection, so I'm glad to have it. We have another coin from Afghanistan. This one's going to be a little bit more recent. This one is going to be from the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan, which started making coins in 2004, so this is following the Gulf War. This one has a date of 1383 on the Arabic calendar, so our calendar, that is 2004. I went ahead and added that, and it got smudged a little bit, along with the catalog number of 1046. So for whatever reason, he didn't know the catalog date of this one, but it's going to be another 5 Afghanis coin. He's calling that fine condition, but I think that might be a little bit too harsh of a grade. There's a different date on the back of the coin here, underneath the mosque that appears on a lot of Afghani coins. That's going to be the date of 1298. That's not the year the coin was made, but the coin that Afghanistan first gained independence. We've got a coin from British Malaysia, or as it was labeled on the coin, Malaya and British Borneo. This is a 1-cent coin from 1962. Catalog KM6, and this is the first time that we see the mintage figures of 45 million. We flip this one over. It has crossed Malayan Kris swords. One thing I found interesting about this coin is it's the only coin made from British-controlled Malaya and Borneo that does not feature Queen Elizabeth on it. So this was about the end of the British control of this area, which did end in 1963. So it's the only coin they made of Malaya and British Borneo that does not have Queen Elizabeth, and this coin was only made this one year of 1962. They are pretty easy to find. I ended up getting up a second one here. Since I like some of these coins, I did buy myself some duplicates. This next coin is from Venezuela. This one's going to be a 5 bolivars, as their currency is named after their liberator, Simon Bolivar. This is catalog number Y53A.2, as this particular coin had a lot of variations. Some of them are written on here called the small letters for 1989, and it really depends on which mint they came from. So I believe this coin was made in about 3 or 4 different mints. Originally, this coin was made out of nickel, but by this time it was made out of nickel steel. That explains the A in the 53A. So if you found 53, that's just nickel. And then there are 3 variations listed in the catalog, but there are probably some additional discrepancies even in addition to that. So this is the small date on the obverse, or the small text on the obverse, and the large text on the reverse version. Other variations include the text on the motto here. On this version of the coin, it's going to be raised text. On other versions, it's going to be incuse text. Also, we have some fine reading on this coin, whereas other versions of the 5 bolivars, it's going to be coarse reading. So all of these add up to this coin was minted at the Royal Canadian Mint. We'll move to the Syria, and during its time as the Syrian Arab Republic. During this time, their coins feature the Hawk of Quarish on it, which is this hawk with the shield and 3 stars. On the back here, the value is 50. Some catalogs say piastres, other will say kirsch, but there is our 50 in the center. The kirsch is written inside the rectangle. And then we have our dates written on the bottom above the 2 stalks of wheat. Next we have a coin from New Zealand. Back when they were on the pre-decimal system. So this is a 6 pence. The bird on here is called a huia bird. This bird was extinct by the time this coin was made. Apparently it was last for sure seen around 1907 and maybe been seen in the 1920s, but by the 50s it was considered to be an extinct bird. There we have our portrait of Queen Elizabeth. The catalog number in this one was 26.2. There are 2 variations here, and it has to do with the portrait of the Queen. As you can see, there is kind of a notch into the portrait. So this is the version of the portrait with the shoulder strap. Some earlier versions of the coin are missing the shoulder strap. And so you don't have to figure it out. It's just some years they did not have it, and in later years they did add that. As we move to this next coin, I noticed that I picked up a small number of coins that were identified by someone who at one point, I guess, had Parkinson's, as I recognized the shaky handwriting. My grandmother had Parkinson's as well, and so you can just, it's a distinctive shaky handwriting on some of the words. But then the dealer that I bought this from went and added additional details to it. I added the catalog number KM13A, but this is from Ireland, so it has the harp that we are familiar with. And then on this side, this coin is called a rule, or a 6 fignan, which is equivalent to a British 6 pence, but the way that they spell it in our alphabet reminds me more of Pfennig that you would see in Germany. So sixpence, six Pfennig, or a real is the name of this coin. And the animal here is an Irish wolfhound. This next coin is the second time I've ever found this. The first time was, believe it or not, out of a Coinstar, which are those machines in the United States where you bring all your pocket change and it gives you a receipt. You can use that to make your purchase off of your groceries or whatever you're buying. But this is a typical look of a coin that was controlled by the Portuguese, so a Portuguese colony. It's a 2.5 escudos. While this coin could have been made out of silver in Portugal, it was never made out of silver in Angola. Another coin that has doubles, so I'm going to pull both of them on the screen at the same time. This is from Slovenia, catalog KM4, and it has the scientific binomial nomenclature name of the fish. And you see Samo, and you'd think salmon, but I guess it's a fish similar to that. This is actually a trout. And so I guess that is one adult trout and a couple of juvenile trouts with it. But a lot of these Slovenian coins feature animals on it with a lot of empty space on the reverse. This next coin, I wonder if he was even familiar with it, because he had written Czechoslovakia on it, which is close. But in your catalog, this is going to appear under the country of Bohemia and Moravia. Now, depending on your catalog, it could be in its own alphabetically in the Bs, or it could be added onto Czechoslovakia. But this is a region, Bohemia, which is more well known, is a region in Czechoslovakia, and Moravia is a region in, let me clarify this, Bohemia is in Czech, and Moravia is in Slovakia. And during World War II days, a German took over this region of the Czechoslovakian area and made its own currency. And so there are two languages written here above the lion. It has the name of the area written in German, and at the bottom it has the name of the country written in the Czech language. But this is a zinc coin that is a 1 koruna, which is the currency they're using in Czechoslovakia at the time. They only made a total of 4 coins, and I have the complete set. They're not incredibly rare, but it did take me a while to put this set together. And so this was the largest denomination of a coin that they made. This next coin is from Italy, where in the 90s a lot of their 200 lira coins were one-year circulating commemorative coins. And this coin honors the 180th anniversary of the Carabinieri, or the Army of the Carabinieri. So we've got a date of 1814 when they were founded until 1994, so that's for the 180th anniversary. It has Italy, IR for Italy Republic, written on this jug right here. In Roman numerals, it has 180, again for the anniversary number. And then on the banner, it has a motto which translates to forever faithful on this 200 lira. So from my understanding, the Carabinieri are essentially a military police force. We flip this one over and it has the same design that you would see on any of the other 200 lira coins from the 1990s. This next coin is going to be from the Bahamas, And I always thought this one was an unusual denomination. It's the 15 cents coin. And I just don't see how that's useful. I don't know of any other country that made a 15 other than the Soviet Union. It just seems like that would be difficult to. What are you going to spend on that? You could, because the Bahamas, they make 5s, 10s, 25s. But why the 15? And so maybe it's like the American $2 bill. They just didn't really intend to circulate a lot of them. But of course, it's also the curved or the diamond with the rounded corners design on it. But then you add another layer to it, and this one is a coin that is made by the Franklin Mint. So we see their mint mark right here. And of course, the Franklin Mint was going around, and for a lot of countries, making proof coins, matte coins, special and circulated coins. So this one is the proof version, although it was probably busted out of a proof set for a while because it's not completely proof-like. You can see some mirror-like details on it, but it's not perfect. The dealer here even called this almost uncirculated instead of going full uncirculated. But he also got the date wrong on here of 1974. There aren't many of them. That's just, I believe that's 94,000. Usually they're labeled as the point is a million, so 0.094 would be 94,000. Not silver, it is copper nickel. As it turns out, I didn't have this coin because it's harder to find circulating years of this coin. It's also the first year that did not have Queen Elizabeth II on their coin. So 74 was the first year this coin was made. And so instead of the portrait of the Queen, it says Commonwealth of the Bahamas, and it has this logo that we see on all the newer Bahamian coins with the flamingo on the right, the swordfish on the left, and the sailboat and the sun on the shield in the middle. So I really do like that design. So instead of the Queen, that shield appeared on the other side, but the flower here is a hibiscus. We've got another double here as we've reached the midpoint of our stack. So this is from Tanzania. And as it turns out, I didn't have this coin. I bought duplicates of it because I think it is a rare coin that would make it for a good trade piece. But the reason I thought I had it was there was another 1 Shilinga moha made in previous years with the previous president on it that was also a larger copper nickel coin. This one is a nickel plated steel coin, but also the different president here is President Mwinyi. But the back looks pretty much the same with the hand holding the torch. In foreign exchange value, this coin is worth 0.04 US cents. And I ended up getting a third one because I like that design. Now we've got a coin from South Vietnam. This is a 1 dong coin. It might be the coin from Vietnam I find the most often. It's dated 1960 there at the very bottom. However, this coin was actually minted from 1961 to 1963, and you can't otherwise tell them apart. There were 105 million of these made in total. The plant here is going to be bamboo. And we flip it over. We have the president of South Vietnam at the time was Ngo Dinh Diem. Here's another coin where I believe the seller got a little bit confused, and I had to correct some things on the flip. If it was the catalog number used here, it would have been a 1-year commemorative coin that honored the 50th anniversary of the reign of the Pahlavi family dynasty, but this was just the general circulating coin from other years, where it has the symbol of this dynasty is the lion with a sword in front of a radiant sun and the crown on top of it. This one is going to be a 5 reals. And the date on the bottom here is instead of using the typical Persian calendar, this is using the Iranian imperial calendar, which was only used for about 3 or 4 years on the Iranian coins in the mid to late 70s. So in the Persian calendar, that number is 2536, which on our calendar translates to 1977. So it was just a couple of years after this that there was the revolution in Iranian and the Pahlavi dynasty was overthrown. Now I have a coin from Kuwait, and pretty much all of the circulating coins from Kuwait look pretty much about the same. And so again, he got confused a little bit here. First of all, the date is 2001, where he had written 2002, or on their calendar, that's 1422. This one's in nice shape, and they've been making these coins pretty much identical since about the late 1960s. But the verse here features the boat. We flip it over. He had said it was a 20 fils, but that is actually a 50 on that simple design. This is not the one that you see as often. Our next coin is from Bulgaria, during the time that it was the People's Republic of Bulgaria. And that is what the Cyrillic around the top says, People's Republic. But their logo of the time, it has the lion underneath the star. At the bottom is the date that Bulgaria became its own country, the 9th day of the month of the 9th month. And so that's an IX. It would be September of the year 1944. The People's Republic of Bulgaria lasted from 1946 to 1990, so this was an early coin during that time. This coin was only minted for the 1 year of 1951. We flip it over, we see the denomination of the 5 statinki next to some wheat. We're back to Syria. We had one earlier that featured this eagle on it with the shield and 3 stars. I will point out that the banner across the bottom is essentially the words for the Syrian Arab Republic, but it's written a second time on this coin along the top, essentially the same words on here, but as you can see at the bottom, it has the date, our calendar, of 1968, or their calendar of 1387. This is going to be a 1 pound, so maybe he shouldn't just abbreviate the P for pound, because your catalog is going to say the smaller denomination is piastres, even though other catalogs will say kirsch, but this is a 1 pound coin. I don't find coins from Afghanistan all that often, so I was happy to find so many in this video from this one dealer. This one is... they're using the Persian calendar of 1340, which our calendar is 1971. Their currency is called the Afghani, so this is a 1 Afghani. This side features 3 stalks of wheat. This side is more plain, just has the number 1 and surrounded by 10 stars. This is another 1 year coin, but Afghanistan, pretty much all their coins are only made for 1 year. We've got our next coin from Ireland. This one is made out of brass. And like all the Irish coins, this one was made for quite a while. And even this 1 year, there are 50 million of them minted. But it's the 20 pence, featuring the Irish hunting horse. So a nice coin made out of nickel bronze. We have an early coin from Saudi Arabia. This is going to be a 1 Gersh coin with the date of 1376 or 1947 on our calendar. And I got another coin from the same dealer in a cheaper bin, and so all of that writing that goes around their two swords and a palm tree is essentially how you spell out King of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and just completely spelling out his name. But this was a pre-decimal system for them where it took 22 of these one Kirsch coins to make 1 rial. We've got another coin from Afghanistan. This is another modern coin made since the Persian Gulf War. Has the Persian date of 1383, which is 2004 on our calendar. And this one's going to be a 2 Afghanis coin. And so here we have the same design that we see on many Afghani coins with again, the mosque, 2 flags surrounded by a wreath. I will point out that it never occurred to me that all of the languages that use the Arabic script, there's more than one language, and this coin features words written in the Pashto language. This coin may have been in a flip for a while. It is a Canadian large cent featuring George V. Now, George V appears on the Canadian cent from 1911 to 1936, but they only used the large cents up to 1920 this year. 6.7 million of them made. Then on the back, we have just where it spells out 1 cent Canada, 1920. We're going to move to Uruguay. This side of the coin features the national arms of Uruguay. It does split the date, 19 over here, 70 on this side, with a Santiago mint mark between them. So these coins were made in Chile. We flipped over, and it's another coin today that has a lot of wheat on it. This 20 pesos. One more coin that was written by this person, and it's one more coin from Uruguay. This coin, or pretty much all the circulating coins at this time, featured the national hero Jose Artigas, dated 1953. Catalog number is KM33. This denomination of the 2 centavos, or centésimos, was changed to a nickel brass coin in 1960, and it was catalog KM37. But otherwise looked very similar. I'm really happy to have this next one, our final coin of the video, not so much because of the coin, but the way it came to me. This is only the second one of these that I have. So let's first talk about the coin itself. It is from Sri Lanka. It's in a very dirty window of a flip here, so it's kind of hard to see. But this is an aluminum coin that features the emblem of Sri Lanka. Flip this one over, and it is a 5 cents coin, dated 1978. Catalog number on this one is KM139A because it did appear in a different metal originally. But so this particular coin was made as a toy or a premium that you would find in a box of cereal. So I don't know if how many children were disappointed that instead of a toy they got a world coin in it, but I like the colorful design of the flip that they have this in. So this is only the second one of these that I've ever been able to pick up. It just so happens that the other one is within reach right now. So this is the only other one I've ever found, which was a coin from Finland. But this was inside of a cereal made by Post. The name of the cereal was Super Golden Crisp. And the mascot on their cereal was Sugar Bear. And so Sugar Bear here is riding an elephant. And if you had asked me if they had elephants in Sri Lanka, I probably would have said no. So I've already learned one thing in the process of making this video. But I like how they give us other additional facts about the country that I just didn't know offhand. So the official name of the country is the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka. Here's their flag. I probably would have guessed that was their flag if I hadn't seen the coin, but they give us the official languages of Sinhalese and Tamil. And then on the back, did you know the capital city of Sri Lanka was Colombo? I did not know that. And then it talks about the different coins here, how the Sri Lanka rupee is equal to 100 cents. So you would need 20 of these to make 1 rupee. And at the time, they made a 1, 2, 5, 10, 25, and 50, and the 1 rupee coin. They've since made 5 and 10 and 2 rupees in addition to that. The only disappointment I would have in a flip like this is I guess they did feel like they had to put a lot of information on it, but that window is awfully big and the coin rolls around a little bit. In later years, I think they did make these with smaller windows. But another disappointment is this is bigger than a normal flip, so this is not going to fit in your normal pages, although if you've ever seen the crown size flips, I guess it would fit in those. So I'm going to pick these up anytime I can find them at a bargain price. I did look on eBay just for the fun of it to see what these were going for, and of course you're going to have to pay postage and just the time and effort of someone going to list something like this on eBay. I was hoping to find someone having a collection of like 20 of these for $30 or something like that, but no, nothing like that was going on. People were attempting to sell these for anywhere between $8 to $40, and so I'm not going to pay that for a very common coin just to get the flip that it's in. But I do like these. This one looks like it's about ready to fall apart, but I do like having it. All right, I do like this dealer. He had some loose coins that were 12 for $1. I made a different video of that, although I don't know which one's getting posted first. He had another bin that had $1 coins in it, and so I picked up a couple of those as well. But something else that I did, I mentioned at the very beginning that his the coins that are in here all had a book price of anywhere from a quarter to $1. And that's just based in the past. I know I've gone through and looked up the book value of everything on here and found, yeah, he knew what he was doing when it came to picking which coins would appear in these flips. So then I decided, instead of looking up the book value, I looked up the Numista price, and there was nothing in this entire lot that Numista says was way out of line compared to this. I think the most valuable coin of anything that I picked up out of here, according to Numista, was $1.50, and that was the Irish sixpence that we saw early on in the video. So pretty much all of these coins booked between 50 cents and $1.50, even on Numista. So I didn't come away with anything that was a super bargain, but just accumulating coins like this in inexpensive flips, I think, has some value as well. For the fun of it, I added up the total Numista price of everything in this video. It came to $26, but I would not expect anyone to pay $26 for everything that I've shown you. All right, I do have some other videos that I have recorded from coins that I purchased at the same show, and so I'll be seeing you in future videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.